Okay, Dave,
Mm.
our good friend Jesse,
Mm.
he's about to have his first child,
Mm.
and he pulls me aside one morning in church and he goes, "Tell me something good to read about being a father."
Mm.
And I tried to not react. I wanted to say nothing good's been written yet. You're probably going to have
You're
to
gonna have
write
to write it.
it. But I think to this day, people are still discovering that the transition into fatherhood is a transition into a specialty
Mm.
that really matches the time and the culture you're in, along with the skills that you have, young as you are,
Mm.
to being a dad. Can you discuss the transition of becoming a parent in today's world, and what role Jesus might have in that?
Yeah, I think for me it starts before it started, in that Lisa and I were hopeful of having children fully 2 years before the birth of our first child. And I can see very clearly, and it was pretty clear in the moment once it started to unfold, that the Lord had timing for our children that was not necessarily our timing. And I know that can be kind of a joke and like, the best laid plans or whatever. But what I realize is that the Lord's timing isn't just something over there that you sort of find out about some other time or you can laugh about later. The Lord's timing is also your timing.
Mm.
And so going through 2 years of not being able to conceive was the time in which the Lord prepared me to be a father. Where I thought I kind of was preparing. I thought I was kind of prepared as you'll be, which is probably just expecting it to be really different, really hard, whatever. But those 2 years were really humbling. It made me know before the Lord that this wasn't something that I was going to be able to control. That that being able to raise someone and help cultivate someone's heart and help teach someone wasn't going to be something that I was able to control without the Lord. And that if I kind of assumed that it was, or I thought that I could write the book or whatever, that I was wrong.
Mm.
And so I think before even our son John was born, he just taught me a posture of being a father, which was, this is tremendously important. It was tremendously scary because it was the one thing over which I felt very little control and very little ability to make things go well or go right, or to even encourage or comfort my wife in ways that I wish that I could.
Mm.
And I realized, man, I'm going to need the Lord in ways that I haven't thought of before, because my words will fall empty because I can't make the world go this way. So I think he prepared probably both of us, but I know he prepared me to be a father those 2 years, so that by the time our first was born, it was so not an entitled thing. It was such a gift, and it felt like a genuine miracle, that transition in life didn't feel like something I had by rights
Mm.
or that I had by design, plan, etc. It was something that I was very aware I was meant to receive from the Lord,
Mm.
which meant that anytime I got a little out over my skis or thought I really, had this down, I would remember how utterly helpless I felt when Lisa was, even when she was first pregnant, and there were some scares, some
Mm.
health scares, and I think that posture is how he's moved me into that transition of life to being now a dad of three young kids, is that there's so many resources, there's so many books, there's so many podcasts, and Lisa and I would regularly get to a point where those weren't those weren't what we needed, and we would just say, we need the Spirit. We don't know how to parent this child of our three. We need the Spirit to show us that we are very much helpless in the
Mm.
Lord's hands, but we're in the Lord's hands, and He will show us. And so I think that posture that became very familiar to me 2 years before our first child was born has been the posture of the transition, and is
Mm.
the only way that I can move forward without probably ruining everyone's life or making everyone miserable.
Yeah.
Is to just that this is a miracle, and this is something I have to receive and learn from the Lord, because I feel no confidence that I can just get this thing handled or whatever. So I think he had to make me realize that, so that I could enter into that transition, and that's where we're at right now. But I really think he took 2 years to show me probably how not to be, so that I could genuinely be open and say, if we don't hear from the Lord today, we're not going to have a good day as parents.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that was it.
Yeah, it's so great that he doesn't just bless us with children and then leave us to be a parent. you
Yeah,
know?
right. Which is how that's how it feels sometimes. It's like, oh, you got your first house. Oh, you got your child, you know, like now you onward, you know.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just some momentary thing, but it's a transition that is going to be the rest of my life, you know. So, yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.